Everybody loves quarterbacks, and a lot of people like the SEC. That's why for today's video, I thought we'd do something a little bit different on the channel and go through the top high school quarterback recruit from each and every SEC state. We're going to go through who the guy is, where they are going in their career, and how highly ranked they are. A couple of states have some competition, while some other states have pretty much no competition. By the way, it should be a fun video, and if you want me to do more videos like this, be sure to let me know down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you love college football content, leave a like if you want to support today's video, and turn on notifications so you never miss when I upload here. Now let's go ahead and get started and talk about the best high school quarterback recruit from every SEC state. The first state we're going to start out with is Missouri. As many of you guys know, I'm a Mizzou fan, so let's go ahead and start out with them. The state has produced some good quarterbacks at time, but this year's class is lacking. Recently, names such as Caleb Ellaby and Skylar Thompson have come from the state of Missouri, but right now, their top guy is a kid named Sam Kaiser. At 6'6", Kaiser is your average 3-star recruit, and he's part of the class of 2024. According to 24/7 Sports, he has offers from Akron, Miami, Pitt, and Vanderbilt. While he has visited Mizzou a couple of times, they already have their 2024 guy in Daniel Kalen from Nebraska. Kaiser will probably play at a low major school unless he completely blows up over the next year. Moving down south, we're going to go over to Alabama. There's actually a competition for this one, as they have two guys who are ranked back-to-back right now and are both 4 stars. We'll go with the guy who's ranked a little bit higher, and his name is KJ Jackson, and he's a 6'3" quarterback from the St. James School in Montgomery, Alabama. According to On3's database, his recruitment is going to come down to Ole Miss, Penn State, and Kentucky, but it also seems that North Carolina is pursuing him pretty hard, and for good reason. Right now, he's ranked as the number 17 quarterback and a 4-star recruit in the class of 2024. He finished his junior season with 2,813 yards and 42 touchdowns, both of which broke school records. Right now, it looks like he's a capable Power 5 starter at an SEC school, and he's a name you're going to want to remember. Up next, we're going to go over to Louisiana and talk about their quarterback, Daniel Beal. Currently, the 6'2" quarterback goes to Catholic High School in Baton Rouge and is ranked as a 3-star recruit and the 72nd best quarterback in the country. Typically, the state of Louisiana has a blue-chip quarterback or two each year, but this year seems to be a little bit down. As a sophomore, Beal would break out throwing for 2,000 yards and 17 touchdowns, and right now it seems he's gotten offers from schools like Louisiana Tech and Colorado State. According to On3, they are 100% predicting him to go to Colorado State, but who knows if his recruitment will take off, or if he'll just end up at a low major school. Going over to the state of Mississippi, we need to talk about Anthony Maddox Jr. He's the son of a former Jacksonville Jaguars player, and right now, the 6'1" quarterback from Oak Grove High School is making a name for himself. He's currently ranked as a 3-star recruit and the number 30 quarterback in the country, and is actually committed to Texas A&M. Both ESPN and On3 actually rank him as a 4-star player, but no matter what, the Aggies are getting a pretty good quarterback in him. He apparently chose them over Alabama, Penn State, Vanderbilt, and Pitt, and it seems the sky is the limit for him. He seems to be a little bit undersized, but could be a name to watch out for to blow up in the recruiting world. Going over to the state of Texas, there are typically a few blue-chip quarterbacks that come from that state every year, but the best one right now is by far DJ Lagway. If you follow high school recruiting, you definitely know who Lagway is, as he's currently ranked as a 5-star recruit, the number 3 quarterback, and the 21st best player in the class of 2024. At 6'2", he goes to Willis High School in the small town of Willis, Texas, and has been a big deal since 9th grade. Apparently, he could throw an 88-mile-per-hour fastball in 9th grade, and one of his trainers said, quote, "I have worked with 4 and 5 stars, and I haven't had one like this." Instead of transferring away from his small school, he had a lot of humility and decided to stay home there. As a sophomore, he had 2,200 yards passing and 23 touchdowns, and has only gotten better throughout the years, and most recently, a couple months ago, committed to Florida. This was a ginormous get for Billy Napier, and they'll be happy to have this 5-star quarterback in Gainesville if he ends up staying there. He's the kind of guy that maybe could be put on flip watch. Either way, Lagway is the best quarterback from the Lone Star State. Moving over to the state of Arkansas, the top quarterback recruit from there is a kid named Walker White. Currently, the 6'3" quarterback is ranked as the number 9 quarterback in the class of 2024 and is obviously a 4-star recruit. He goes to Little Rock Christian Academy, and he had relatives that played at Arkansas. White has blown up over the last few years, gaining a ton of interest from schools all across the country. Ultimately, once Hugh Freeze was hired at Auburn though, he made White his #1 priority, and Walker fell in love with Jordan-Hare Stadium and the culture there, and decided to commit to the Tigers. This was a huge win for Hugh Freeze, and White is one of the best quarterbacks we've seen from the state of Arkansas in quite a while. Last year, he threw for 2,000 yards and 25 touchdowns, but also had nearly 1,000 yards on the ground with 16 more scores there. Auburn is getting a gem in White, and he's someone I think will start at the SEC level. Up next, we head to Florida, where their top quarterback is a guy named James Resar. Currently, according to 24/7 Sports, the 6'4" quarterback is ranked as a 4-star recruit and the number 16 quarterback in the class of 2024. He goes to Bishop Kenny High School in Jacksonville, Florida, and just a few short months ago, he was only ranked as a 3-star player. This past year, he did something pretty insane. Despite playing with a broken leg for most of the year, he still managed to throw for 25 touchdowns and even had 10 more scores on the ground. When it came time for him to make a decision, he chose to commit to Iowa over the likes of Georgia Tech, Indiana, and Wake Forest. He's your typical 3 to 4-star recruit, and is a 4-star in 24/7 Sports and a 3-star everywhere else. Usually, Florida has a really big-time quarterback, but Resar is still a pretty good player. As we go over to Georgia, there was also some stiff competition here, where it ended up going with Aaron Nolan, but Luke Kromenhoek was just ranked 11 spots lower than him, and only one quarterback lower than him. Currently, the 6'3" quarterback goes to Langston Hughes High School in Fairburn, Georgia, and is ranked as a 4-star recruit, the number 7 quarterback and the 55th best player nationally. Nolan has offers from all around the country, and right now, according to On3's recruiting prediction machine, he has a 21% chance of going to Miami, a 12% chance of going to Alabama, and an 11% chance of going to Ole Miss. In his first 3 years as a starter, Nolan has thrown for 8,000 yards and 104 touchdowns, and broke the record for most points in a season. Nolan could be an absolute superstar wherever he goes, and I'm excited to see him take over a college program here soon. The state of Kentucky doesn't have a quarterback in the 24/7 Sports database for 2024, but luckily, they got someone who's big time for 2025. Excuse me if I say it wrong, but Cutter Boley is currently a 5-star recruit coming from Lexington Christian Academy. At 6'5", he's ranked as the number 2 quarterback and the 21st best player in the class of 2025, and is a 5-star player. Boley would burst onto the scene in 2021 as a freshman, as he threw for 1,300 yards and 11 touchdowns, and has impressed at camps, and has incredible size and mechanics early on. 2025 is way too early to predict, but right now, On3 has him projected to Kentucky, and it seems like the Wildcats are going to recruit him really hard, but Tennessee, Michigan, Notre Dame, and Penn State are also fighting for him. Boley is a guy to watch, and I'm pumped to see how much better he gets. In the state of South Carolina, we need to talk about a 2025 kid by the name of Keegan Chambers. At 6'1", he comes from Chesterfield High School in Chesterfield, South Carolina, and is currently ranked as a 4-star recruit and the number 8 quarterback in the class of 2025 and top 100 nationally. In 2021 as a freshman, Chambers would start to blow up, throwing for 1,200 yards and 17 touchdowns, while adding nearly 1,000 yards on the ground. He's also a basketball star and has the athleticism to blow up into one of the top quarterback prospects in the country. Right now, Chambers' only offer on 24/7 is from Charlotte, but he's a 4-star player and he's going to gain many offers before it's all said and done. The final state and player we need to talk about is Tennessee, and they currently have 2025 quarterback George McIntyre. The last name McIntyre may sound familiar, as he is related to Mike McIntyre, who's the current head coach at Florida International and was the head coach at Colorado a few years ago. Football obviously has run in this guy's family, and George McIntyre has already blown up. He's a 6'5", 5-star quarterback from Brentwood Academy, which is in a suburb of Nashville, and he already has 27 offers. McIntyre will probably get to pick his school and will go to a blue blood program. He is someone that is already being talked about as the next can't miss prospect, and I'm excited to see what McIntyre does over the next few years. So yeah, today we talked about the top quarterback recruit from every SEC state, and let me know your thoughts. Is there a guy I missed? What do you think of each player? And should I do this series again for another position or another conference? Be sure to let me know down below, leave a like, and check out all my other videos on the end screen. I hope to see you guys again soon, but until next time, peace.